All right, so in this video, I'm going to look at using the distributive property. Now, I've drawn the model just like I had in my last video, just for some reminders of what was going on. So remember, I said the number in front told us how many groups there needed to be, and then what was inside the brackets was how much stuff needed to be inside each group. So when we draw that all out, what ended up happening is this X got repeated 3 times. Right? These 5 ones got repeated 3 times. Okay? And so what I want you to, I hope that you saw the pattern in the last video, is really what's happening is I'm taking this 3 and I'm just multiplying everything inside the brackets by that 3. And that's really all we're doing. I'm going to multiply everything inside the brackets by what was sitting out front. Okay? So all that happens is I'm going to go, in this first one, I look at 3 times x. Well, 3 times x, I don't really know what that is because I don't know what value x is. But the way I write 3 times x is just by putting 3 in front of x. And that's really what we would have done, because when we draw it out, there were 3 x's, so we write 3x to show that we have 3 of them. My next one, when I multiply the next value inside the brackets by 3, so the next value inside the brackets does include the sign that's in front of it, okay? So this is 3 times positive 5. So 3 times positive 5 gives us positive 15. And if you look and we counted up how many we drew in each group, there was 5, 10, and 15, because there was 3 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5 is just 3 times 5. So really all that's happening is everything inside the brackets gets multiplied by what is in front. And that is the distributive property. Distribute that number that is in front to everything inside the brackets. It means everything inside the brackets gets multiplied by that value in front of the brackets. So keeping that in mind, if I don't want to draw out all of this stuff, look how easy this is. Expand 4 times x minus 8. That means we're going to get rid of the brackets. We're going to do this multiplication so that the brackets are gone. That's what expand is talking about us doing here. So I'm going to take that 4 and I'm going to multiply it by that first value inside the brackets, which is x. 4 times x is simply 4x. Then I'm going to take that 4 in front of the brackets and I'm going to multiply it by, now again, I need to keep the sign in front of that 8. So this is a negative 8. So 4 times a negative 8 is negative 32. Oh my goodness, isn't that simple? And when you are doing your work for me, all you literally need to do is just draw those arrows so that I know you understand you have to multiply everything inside the brackets by what's out front. Now I promise in the next couple of years, it's going to start going crazy. So having those arrows is a beneficial thing to help keep you organized. I would highly recommend using them because you're going to start doing things like foiling when you're in grade 10. And it starts to go crazy from there. So arrows, definitely a good way to help you stay organized. But isn't that so much simpler than drawing everything out? Let's look at this one. So I got negative 5 times, and then inside the brackets, I have x plus 9. So that means everything inside the brackets is going to get multiplied by that 5. So I'm going to start off taking my negative 5, and I'm going to multiply that by x. Negative 5 times x just so happens to be negative 5x. Okay, that's pretty easy, right? Okay, next one. I'm going to take the negative 5 and now multiply by my, and remember we're going to include the sign in front of it. It is negative 5 times positive 9. Negative times positive is negative. 5 times 9 is 45. Oh my goodness, so easy. Okay, last one. Oh, again, something that is beyond the scope of grade 8. You might have to wait until grade 9 before you're able to do this one. Darn. All right. Well, I'll do it anyway for those of you grade 9s who might be coming backwards to try and get some help. Because I don't know if my grade 8s can handle it. I got negative 6 and then times inside the brackets. I have 2x minus 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that negative 6 and I'm going to multiply everything inside the brackets by negative 6. Now, x already has a number in front of it. So that's where it gets a little bit tricky. But if you remember, when I drew them out, it just meant that I drew 2 x's in each group. So if I have 6 groups and I draw out 2 x's in each group, altogether I should have 12 x's. Now, the only thing that happens is negative times positive means I'm going to have negative 12x. Well, that's not so bad, because really it's kind of like I just went negative 6 times 2, and then the x just stayed as it was. That's not so bad. Okay. And then negative 6 times the other value inside. The other value inside is a negative 4, so it's negative 6 times negative 4. 2 negatives gives us a positive when we're multiplying, and 6 times 4 gives us 24. There you go. That's using the distributive property. Use those arrows, multiply everything inside the brackets by the number that is sitting outside in front of the brackets. Okay? And it's literally that simple.